Ladies and gentlemen, wrestling fans around the world, welcome back to Wrestling News CC. Tonight, we dive into a seismic moment that has shaken professional wrestling to its very core. A single promo from Jon Moxley has ignited a powder keg that was decades in the making, threatening to rewrite history and possibly tear apart one of the most iconic factions in wrestling lore, The Shield. What we witnessed was not just a promo, it was a call to arms, a ghost from the past, and a stark reminder that the foundations of greatness are never as solid as they seem. The setting, a quiet storm. It all unfolded in a dimly lit AEW arena. The air was thick with anticipation, but this wasn't the usual chaotic, unhinged Moxley we know. No, this was different. The crowd could feel it, the atmosphere heavy, electric, as if something monumental was about to happen. Moxley stepped forward, calm, focused, dangerous. In his hands, a cracked and broken shield mask. Scorched, worn, and carrying the weight of history. This wasn't a mere prop, it was a symbol. A symbol of a brotherhood forged in blood and fire. And then, with a gaze that pierced through the screen, Moxley delivered words that sent shockwaves through wrestling history. Cut to clip or reenactment of promo line. You two want to play chiefs. Then remember who built your throne. The ghost of Dean Ambrose returns. In that moment, the crowd wasn't hearing Jon Moxley. They were hearing Dean Ambrose, the heart and soul of the Shield, speaking through him. For those who lived through WWE's Golden Shield era, those words hit like a thunderclap. The Shield wasn't just three men standing side by side. It was a unit built on loyalty, chaos, and sacrifice. And for years, one member, Moxley, walked away. Roman Reigns, crowned the tribal chief, reigned supreme in WWE, backed by Paul Heyman's mind games. Seth Rollins, the visionary, has constructed his own empire with a mix of cunning and sheer will. But where was Moxley during all this? He left. He didn't need the spotlight. He walked his own path in AEW, distant from the power struggles. The current wrestling landscape, war brewing. But now, everything has changed. The balance of power in WWE is fragile. The Rock has returned, stirring the pot, directly challenging Roman's authority. Paul Heyman is maneuvering to build an army around Seth Rollins and the rising star Braun Breaker. And in the middle of this storm, Moxley's chilling words have reignited a war that's been simmering for a decade. This is not just a feud, it's history. It's betrayal. It's unfinished business. Backstage chaos unfolds. Backstage, the impact of Moxley's promo was immediate and visceral. Footage from WWE shows Seth Rollins, typically the calm, calculating architect, pacing furiously, his jaw clenched tight, fists pounding the air. When Moxley speaks like this, Seth knows destruction follows. And Paul Heyman? The master strategist wasn't his usual composed self either. Witnesses report him storming the halls, phone in hand, demanding emergency meetings with WWE executives. The gears are turning faster than ever. What does this mean for the Shield? The Shield was once WWE's most dominant faction, redefining wrestling factions for an entire generation. But the trio's story has been complicated by individual ambition, power struggles, and the messy realities of the wrestling business. Roman Reigns rose to the top, shedding the Shield mask but carrying its legacy, albeit twisted under the tribal chief persona. Seth Rollins forged his path, evolving into a multidimensional villain and champion. Moxley? The wild card. The unpredictable force who vanished, only to return with a vengeance. Now, with this promo, Moxley isn't just reminding Roman and Seth of their shared past. He's signaling that the final chapter of the Shield saga is about to be written. And it won't be peaceful. Speculation and theories, what's next? Is Moxley hinting at an all-out war between the three? Will this lead to an explosive reunion, or a brutal destruction of what the Shield once represented? Could this promo be a precursor to Moxley's return to WWE? Or is this the opening salvo in a cross-promotional battle with AEW and WWE colliding? One thing's for sure, the wrestling world is watching closely, and every move from Roman, Seth, Paul, and Moxley will be dissected, debated, and analyzed. Historical context, The Shield's legacy. Let's rewind. The Shield debuted in 2012 with an earth-shattering impact, taking over WWE Raw with their unmatched unity and aggression. Dean Ambrose, now Jon Moxley, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins weren't just wrestlers, they were a movement. Together, they dominated main events, headlined pay-per-views, and won multiple championships. But as time passed, cracks appeared. Seth's betrayal in 2014 shattered the faction, sending the trio down very different paths. Moxley left WWE in 2019, reinventing himself in AEW and beyond. Roman embraced his tribal chief role, becoming WWE's biggest star. Seth blended cunning villainy with top-tier wrestling. This promo is a haunting reminder that the past never stays buried. Fan reactions, wrestling universe in turmoil. The promo sent the internet into a frenzy. Social media exploded with speculation, fan theories, and outright shock. Some fans are desperate for a Shield reunion to end decades of fractured storylines. Others predict a brutal war that will reshape WWE and AEW. Memes, hot takes, and live reactions flooded platforms like Twitter, Reddit, and YouTube. Thoughts, wrestling's future in flux. Jon Moxley's promo is more than just words. It's a message, a challenge, and possibly a herald for the most explosive wrestling chapter in years. The Shield's legacy hangs in the balance, and the next moves could change everything. Here at Wrestling News CC, we'll keep you updated with every twist and turn. Will Moxley's words spark war or reunion? Only time will tell. For now, one thing is clear, the world of professional wrestling will never be the same again. The aftermath, WWE's internal turmoil. As Moxley's words reverberated across the wrestling world, the backstage atmosphere in WWE grew increasingly tense. Seth Rollins, known for his composure, was visibly agitated. Witnesses reported him pacing relentlessly, muttering under his breath, and eventually hurling a monitor across the room. His reaction wasn't just about the promo, it was about the history, the betrayal, and the unresolved tensions that Moxley's words unearthed. Paul Heyman, the ever-calculating strategist, was seen making urgent calls, demanding immediate meetings with WWE executives. His concern wasn't just about Moxley's words but about the potential implications for WWE's power structure. Heyman, who has been instrumental in shaping both Reigns and Rollins' careers, now finds himself at a crossroads, trying to navigate the storm that Moxley has unleashed. The Shield, bonds forged and broken. The Shield's legacy is one of dominance, unity, and eventual fragmentation. Their rise in 2012 brought a new era of wrestling, but their split in 2014 left wounds that never truly healed. Moxley's departure from WWE in 2019 marked a significant shift, as he sought creative freedom and a new identity in AEW. Rollins and Reigns, meanwhile, continued to ascend within WWE, carving out their own legacies. Despite their divergent paths, the bonds of the Shield linger. Rollins has occasionally referenced Moxley in promos, acknowledging their shared history. However, Reigns has been more reticent, often sidestepping discussions about his former ally. This divergence in attitudes underscores the complex dynamics at play and sets the stage for potential confrontations. AEW's role, a new battleground. Moxley's platform in AEW provides him with the freedom to express himself without restraint. His recent promo, delivered with a calm yet menacing demeanor, wasn't just a message to Reigns and Rollins, it was a declaration of intent. By holding the broken Shield mask, Moxley symbolized the fractured brotherhood and his readiness to confront the past. AEW, recognizing the significance of this moment, has been amplifying Moxley's message, hinting at possible cross-promotional storylines. While the logistics of such collaborations are complex, the wrestling world is abuzz with speculation about potential interpromotional matches that could redefine the industry. Fan reactions, a divided audience. The wrestling community is polarized. Some fans are thrilled at the prospect of revisiting the Shield saga, eager to see how the story unfolds. Others are skeptical, questioning whether this is a genuine narrative or a strategic move to boost ratings. Social media platforms are flooded with theories, debates, and passionate discussions, reflecting the deep investment fans have in these characters. Looking ahead, the future of the Shield. As tensions escalate, the wrestling world stands on the brink of a potential seismic shift. Will Moxley return to WWE to confront his former brothers? Can Rollins and Reigns reconcile their differences to face a common adversary? Or will this lead to a three-way battle that could redefine their legacies? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain, the echoes of the Shield's past continue to influence the present, and the wrestling world is watching with bated breath. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Tell us in the comments, what do you think is next for Jon Moxley, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins? And how do you see the Shield story ending? Thanks for watching Wrestling News CC, your #1 source for wrestling's biggest moments and breaking news. If you thought tonight's story was wild, trust me, what happens next will blow your mind. So don't stop now. Click on the video right here on your screen to continue the chaos, the drama, and the inside scoop only we deliver. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and join the Wrestling News CC family, where the real stories of WWE come to life. See you in the next one.